set off on the Great Loop, which is...
It's a circumnavigation of the eastern half of the U.S. by waterways.
That was another amazing night anchored out.
I think so far that's my favorite anchorage. We had like extreme privacy.
Yes, we were the only, we saw no other lights, no other boats from basically early evening yesterday until like around 10 o'clock this morning. It was completely deserted. This is Rookery Bay along the ICW between Naples and Marco Island. And then right here, right across from where we're pulling out, just a very short dinghy ride away, was a completely private beach where we went for a sunset swim and wine last night.
Little trail, and we went swimming. It was just beautiful.
Anchoring out.
Not our first time anchoring out.
I mean,
We've anchored out lots.
Coming ashore on a deserted island on a dinghy. First time we're bringing our dinghy ashore. That's right. First time.
That beach.
So apparently there's 10,000 islands ahead of us that will be all similar. Remote anchorages, private beaches. Hopefully they'll have just as good a cell signal as we had here, because this is just basically like boondocking nirvana.
Yep, this is the Technomad trifecta. We say free, scenic, and cell phone connectivity.
That's it.
That's what we go for. And this one had it all. Definitely will be a favorite. And hopefully by the end of this journey through the Everglades and beyond, we'll say, it's just a number
one of many.
Just one of many.
But we're getting really spoiled so far with these anchorages. Every anchorage we've done has just been better than the last, and that's a good problem to have.
Okay, we're on to Marco Island now. So Marco Island was our next stop after Rookery Bay, and that was mainly a provisioning and shore stop.
Yeah, and it was just kind of interesting to see this like last little bastion of civilization before we head out into the 10,000 Islands wilderness. So we realized that we needed fuel. We absolutely needed fuel before we headed out into the nothingness, and
We needed a pump out because we're on like day 12 at this point.
And Naples had failed us.
No pump out station in Naples that we could utilize. And so we booked a reservation at...
It was the Marco Island Yacht Club and Marina.
They have such original names for these yacht clubs.
Yes. and they were the local fuel truck, A1 Fuel Service, delivered there. And so that was the one. There's dolphins right behind us.
The dolphins.
Wow, cool. That was the reason to go there. Is A1 would deliver a diesel truck there. It was a lot cheaper than the regular marina prices anywhere in this part of the coast. So, okay, we'll do a fuel truck. We'll see how that works.
And we'll get the pump up taken because they had at-slit pump out was in their advertisement.
Yes.
Even asked if it was available, and they said yes.
Yeah, and so rather than book 2 nights at the Marco Island Marina, we decided to get in really early one day, and so instead we lingered and decided to go to Smokehouse Bay, which is this kind of island of water right in the middle of Marco Island.
I think that's what a bay is.
But no, but it's you have to go through a teeny little canal, and then you're inside this kind of big open area after you go through this maze of canals where boats anchor out, and there's a Winn-Dixie that has its own dinghy dock
right there. So we decided to go there first and take care of the grocery shopping. There wasn't much we needed. We did a lot of provisioning in Fort Myers before we left, but we just wanted, like fresh milk and eggs and things like that. And so it was really cool to dinghy ashore, or not ashore, to their dock, and just right there in their parking lot.
Walk your cart right up to it.
It was pretty cool.
So we got to experience kind of, and then being, I guess kind of camped, anchored, surrounded by condos and houses and a marina off in the distance. And the marina had a restaurant that had live music. So we're sitting here anchored in the bay, having our fresh food straight from Winn-Dixie, chilling out on deck, and getting live music in the evening, which was really kind of special.
Really, and quite a contrast to the evening before, being anchored out in the middle of nowhere all on our own. Right. So it was really kind of cool to have that contrast.
Super small putter just to the other side of Marco Island. And went into this marina. The marina, Elmer, the dockmaster, he was fabulous.
Gave us the most explicit instructions, guided us in, got us into our slip, no problem. Super helpful and friendly.
And then only to give us the bad news of, somebody broke the handle on the pump out for your slips.
For your dock, just last night.
And so we'll move you in the morning before you leave to another dock where there'll be a pump out that works.
So we decided to go ahead and there's a West Marine in Marco Island, and there's a couple little items that we wanted to get. And so we took an Uber up to that. And
then
took a lift up to the West Marine, and then just walked back because it was cooler by that time.
Marco Island's actually a neat town.
Liked Marco Island.
I would definitely go back there. It's small enough that you can get around easy. It had a nice vibe, but at least the off-season vibe was pretty nice.
Seemed a little more middle class than high-end exclusive.
Yeah, it felt much more approachable, and we met some great people.
Anyway.
Yes. And so we had a nice busy chore-filled time at Marco Island. Had to tackle actually doing some battery maintenance and repairs because our batteries hadn't been charging properly, so got them cleaned, all the contacts, and added water and all the typical work stuff you got to do to keep a boat going. And then the fuel truck.
Yeah, the fuel truck came up, delivered, filled up. We took on 210 gallons. We have 2 tanks. Each can hold 220 gallons. We are keeping some records on what our mileage is, and we'll share that in a future video. But that was super easy and convenient, not only cheaper and convenient, it was awesome. And then the morning we contacted the weekend dockmaster, and he had been told the night before that because our dock was down, that the entire system in the marina had lost enough pressure to actually pump out.
So no pump outs at all.
Oh no. They said, you're welcome to come over to the other dock and we can try it. We're like, you know what? We called over to Rosemarine.
Yeah, well, actually, no. I called them several times and they never answered the phone. So I finally got them on radio. And Rosemarine, another marina, just
right on the corner,
around the corner. And they're like, yep, we got a pump out working. So come on by.
I was like, whatever. We'll pay whatever it costs. We need to pump out before we go down to the Everglades.
So we go there, and it's actually their pump out in their former fuel dock it had been destroyed and it had collapsed a year earlier, but there was just enough of the dock left to
get
tie
up there, to tie up.
Pump.
It was interesting.
Yes.
Pumped out, had a great dock hand there, and guy asked how much is it, because we fully expected to pay, and they're like, it's free.
It's like, oh, nice, okay.
Wow, that's super sweet. We did fuel up the dinghy because we forgot to ask the fuel truck.
I didn't realize the fuel truck would also deliver 3 gallons as well as 200 of diesel and 3 gallons of gas. But yeah, so now we've got 3 jerry cans full of dinghy fuel, so we should be set for dinghy adventures.
Build a dinghy all over.
And that was then we headed down. We got some local knowledge of how to take the inside route past the Cape Romano shoals and do the inland route down towards 10,000 Islands. So we headed off past Goodland and into the wilderness.
Right, and the local knowledge thing is so important. So both talking to the dockmasters and other people on the dock that you meet have been invaluable for us, but also calling Boat US or CITO and talking to the local contact there. They are more than happy to give you the rundown, because the last thing they want to do is come and tow your butt out of there. So
so they'll be like, okay, you're going to do this. What's your draft? And you're do this on a rising tide. And okay, marker 18, you're going to have to turn a sharp left. and then marker 21, stick close to the reds, and you'll give you a whole rundown, take notes, and it was perfect. And we had no issues at all, even going through some skinny water, but it was very beautiful.